right, don't forget to check out our sponsor, The Health Blaze, at thehealthblaze.com. Promo code Goodfellow1Boxing. Get you 18% off the 100% all natural products. Website, promo code, description. Thanks. All right, some breaking news came down about an hour, maybe 2 hours when I dropped this video. Avni Yıldırım, the WBC mandatory at the super middleweight division for Benavidez, got popped for being on the juice. So right now they doing an investigation. He had an adverse test for whatever it was. I'll link it in the description on the source link so you can read it. Metabolic, whatever the hell that shit. I don't know what they be taking. All right, so he got caught, and that might kind of explain why he looked the way he did versus Chris Eubanks Jr. and he was a tougher out than Anthony Durrell. I think that explains a lot. You know, you able to cycle on and cycle off, and maybe he didn't do it correctly. But, hey, he presumed innocent until proven guilty. But, hey, we'll see. Maybe they got his test mixed up around. But right now, as it stands, Chris Eubanks Jr. will be the mandatory. Now, Eubanks Jr. was the mandatory to begin with. Okay, let me start off by saying that. Chris Eubanks Jr. was the mandatory to begin with. Now, what happened was, Chris Eubanks said something not flattering about Mauricio Sulaiman Jr. So Sulaiman jumped over Chris Eubanks and gave the mandatory shot. After Benavidez had an adverse test for that white girl, he gave the shot to Yıldırım because he was mad that Chris Eubanks Jr. said something that he did not like. Okay, not sure if Chris Eubanks apologized or whatever he did. But if he didn't, Mauricio still mad, maybe he skip over again. But right now, you possibly can get Benavidez versus Chris Eubanks Jr. I'm not mad at the fight. Chris Eubanks Jr. got a lot of dog in him. You know what I'm saying? He might not be the most skilled guy, but hey, it'll be a war. He like to come forward and throw a lot of punches. And Durrell like to Benavidez like to come forward and throw a lot of punches. Or this can open the door to make Caleb Plant versus Benavidez. Both camps want it. I heard that it can happen as early as next year, but the mandatory's got in the way. Now that Yıldırım ain't in the way, and if Caleb Plant can take care of his German mandatory real quick, then they can meet next year. And both fighters want to fight, Plant and Benavidez. You know, they don't want to sit here and marinate that. And if two parties want to fight, then the fight can happen. You know, but at the end of the day, I think Eubanks Jr. and Benavidez is a great fight. Not too many times do you get a replacement fight that's better than the original fight. You know what I'm saying? That's why Yıldırım looks so fucking strong versus Anthony Durrell. And with all this drug testing and stuff, they don't catch everything. These dudes are smart. They jump in and jump out of these drug tests when they know what they can and can't get away with. Because Chris Eubanks Jr. starched Yıldırım. And if you ask most people, Durrell is a bigger puncher than Chris Eubanks. In the way that Eubanks just starched Yıldırım, you'd have thought Durrell go out there maybe a little bit more, 5, 6, 7 rounds and stretch him. You know, but at the end of the day, you never know if you're on the even playing field in boxing. You know, you never know if you're on the even playing field. And at the end of the day, it is what it is. And Yıldırım want to go around here crying and saying he got cheated versus Durrell. What's that meme that's going around? The meme that's going around? You at home, you at your side chick house saying the ref's cheating. Boy, you cheating. You know what I'm saying? How you gonna be out here accusing people of cheating and you cheating? You know? So, I don't know what investigation they gonna find. Because Luis Ortiz had blood pressure issues. He still lost the opportunities. Benavidez, he had that white girl in him, which is known to cover up. Is known as a masking agent. He lost his belt, so at the end of the day, Yıldırım had to build himself back up. But if you get done dirty by Eubanks Jr. like that, Imagine what Benavidez and Darrell would have did if he was 100% clean. You know, so, hey, it's a crazy world out here. You know, but, you know, Benavidez and Plant could be a reality. You know, you could throw Plant and the guy from Germany, that's his mandatory. You could throw him on a Tony Harrison card. You could throw him on a Wilder card or something like that. So, at the end of the day, I like either scenario better. Benavidez and Eubanks over Yıldırım and Benavidez, or Benavidez and Plant. You know what I'm saying? But if Benavidez and Plant, they meet each other in the first half of next year, man, next year gonna be lit, from what I understand. Because I got the word that Premier Boxing Champions actually wants to do Errol Spence versus Terrence Crawford. They want to do that fight. But they want to wait till Errol Spence get all the straps. You know? So next year you will have January, Danny Garcia and Errol Spence. From what I understand. Wilder Fury, February 22nd pay-per-view. Depending on Floyd Mayweather and what he gonna do with Manny. You might gonna have Manny and Mikey like in May or something like that. Mikey have a tune-up this year. You'll have Errol Spence versus IBF mandatory, which is maybe Caleb Plant. Not Caleb Plant, Luis Collazo, the other top-ranked guy. So you could see Errol Spence in the ring 3 times next year, but they can't force Manny Pacquiao to do nothing. You know, they can't force Manny Pacquiao to do a damn thing. And I got some more news on that, which I'll say that for a different video. But to continue on about Benavidez and Eubanks, let's talk about that fight for a second. To me, that's very exciting. Obviously, I favor Benavidez. You know what I'm saying? Chris Eubanks Jr., if he puts Benavidez back like that, like he did George Groves and come in wild, I anticipate either Benavidez is going to turn his power out, or Chris Eubanks Jr. is going to prove that Benavidez isn't operational on the back foot. Either way, I think that's a fight of the year candidate in the PBC universe or in the overall boxing universe. That's straight flames. Eubanks Jr. speed and punches in bunches. Benavidez speed and punches in bunches. I think we in for a hell of a fight. You know what I'm saying? And I think Chris Eubanks Jr. may be like the 3rd best opponent Benavidez had fought. Could he beat Ronald Garville? I don't know. I felt that Ronald Garville actually beat Benavidez by 1 point, which is subjective, which I don't have a problem with Benavidez getting the win. I'm not saying it was robbery. It was a close fight. You know, and Chris Eubanks got that new trainer. I don't know if he stuck with him. They trying to get his footwork together, but if he was to beat Benavidez, it's gonna be all heart and all muscle. He's going to all muscle that man. I was thinking more of the lines of Benavidez versus Jamal Charlo. Eubanks Jr. versus Jamal Charlo. That's kind of what I was kind of looking at. I was like, hey, what about Benavidez? What about Charlo and Eubanks? You know what I'm saying? That's a fight at 160 that's intriguing. If you want to take Charlo over to the UK or Eubanks here, but you know, Eubanks been fairly quiet, and if he be working on his footwork, he should be in the game. But Eubanks and Benavidez, I like that to end my year off or begin next year. And if they can segue into a Plant and Benavidez fight, that'd be nice. And then you also have Eddie Hearn that wants to order the Callum Smith versus David Benavidez fight. That's the conversation we have to have too. You know, we got to have that conversation. So if he wants to order that fight, hold on. If he wants to order that fight, well, go ahead and do it then. The WBC got every reason now. Now Yıldırım and help Eddie Hearn out and take it to purse bid, and if it's on PBC, Fox, or Showtime, where it's on the zone, I'm there. I very may well believe Callum Smith might be the best 168-pounder in the world. I might be buying that. I think it's up for debate. Most people that watch a ton of American boxing might say, "Oh, it's Caleb Plant or it's David Benavidez." Well, it's really to be announced. You know what I'm saying? It's to be announced. But I think Callum Smith, I don't really think he's the lineal, even though the ring doesn't represent the lineal since Oscar De La Hoya grabbed it. I don't think he's the lineal champ like they trying to portray him to be. Now, you got to fight Billy Joe and David and Caleb. But David Benavidez and Callum Smith, that's a great fight. You know what I'm saying? Would Al Heyman pay Benavidez to drop his WBC title to duck that Callum Smith fade like he did with Peter Quillen? Difference is David Benavidez is a lot younger. That destroyed Peter Quillen's career. But to look at it, Caleb Plant got about an inch on Callum Smith. Callum Smith got about an inch on David Benavidez. You know what I'm saying? He got about an inch. Maybe if not more. You know, good fighter. You know, he just ain't been active. That's the problem. And him not being active, in my opinion, kind of make me want to favor David Benavidez. You know, because last time he hadn't fought in a long time, he struggled with that Swedish guy. I think a Swedish guy that was in the World Series of Boxing tournament. Now, I picked Callum Smith to win that tournament, and he sure did win it. So he making me look good. So I don't have a gripe with him, but I think he could beat Benavidez. I really do. That'd be a good fight. Both can punch. You know, both two big, tall, super middleweights. I think we'd be in for a treat, man. Would I be mad if people called that a 50-50 fight? Absolutely not. That's a close competitive fight. You know, Benavidez is building a nice resume. Garville, and no disrespect, but Callum Smith is better than Garville, and he's better than that former Anthony Durrell. You know, so at the end of the day, that'd be a toughest test. That'd be a big fight. For the hardcore boxing fans, that's something that we really would be looking forward to seeing happen. But the advantages in that fight, I mean, Callum Smith's best win is an old George Groves. Or beat up George Groves, you know, coming off a shoulder injury, no tune-up or nothing like that. And Benavidez's best win is Durrell and Garville. So, really, like I said, that's a pick-em fight in my mind. You know, most American people that seen a lot of Benavidez ain't seen a lot of Callum Smith. Callum Smith is fighting John Ryder, too. And I think he need to be jumping over here trying to fight some American people. But Eddie Hearn, if he really wants him to kind of jump in that water with Benavidez first, well, Eddie Hearn needs to be putting them in, showcasing them over here. Or at least showcasing them on the Ruiz and Anthony Joshua undercard where people can get familiar with them. But he's not trying to do that. Eddie Hearn, in my opinion, just talking out his ass. What Eddie Hearn want to do is he want to build up Billy Joe Saunders and Callum Smith in the UK. You know what I'm saying? Hold on. He want to build that shit up in the UK. He don't really want to make Benavidez and Callum Smith. And Callum Smith, he do have a stake over there. He the diamond champion, and he supposed to be like a mandatory or something like that too. He supposed to have some type of mandatory status. So yeah, we'll see what happens with that, man. But hey, it is either or. I think we in the treat. You know, long as Yıldırım get out the way. So Benavidez or Eubanks Jr., Benavidez, Callum Smith, or Benavidez and Caleb Plant coming soon. So I'm down for all three. I mean, that's what you talk about, making boxing great again. But don't forget, we on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. You can reach out to the email. If you got a business question, inquiry, sponsorship, video request, keep sharing the videos. I do appreciate the love, support everybody giving. Best donation you can make is sharing the video. If you want to make a donation, that link's already in the description. In addition to that, man, check out our sponsor, The Health Blaze, at thehealthblaze.com. Promo code GoodFella1Boxing. Get you 18% off the 100% all natural products. Lotion, soaps, foot soaks, bath bombs, deodorant, the whole nine. Website, promo code, description. Appreciate that love, support. One time for the one time we go.